Okay guys, in last session we have checked how to install Jenkins, how to create a freestyle job, how to run that job from a SVN repository and all. Okay, today we are going to learn few more things. See, this is my freestyle project. Inside this project, I have these many options: the status, changes, workspace, build now, delete project, and configure option. See, my project name is my first job. Okay, so normally first of all we need to check where this project saves. Whenever I hit build project, let me hit this, my project is building. Okay, let me check the console output. Okay, see, building the workspace, this, it is giving the path here. So what it is actually doing is, it is actually checking out the code from SVN repository to this location which is selected, and it is executing the AND commands. Okay, first of all let us check where exactly it is saving it. It is in my user profile. Remember that user profile is nothing but, sorry, I have to go to C. User profile is nothing but where a logged in user profile is saved. Okay, this is my user profile, and in .jenkins directory I have my workspace. In my workspace, one directory got created with the name of my job, my first job, and all the files which were created or created here itself. These came from Arnakshi. No audio. Are you not able to hear me? Shivaji, I think you have some problem. Can you please check your speakers? Everybody else is able to hear. At my side, everything is fine. My audio is not muted. Please check at your end. Okay. Okay, fine. So whatever we checked out are checking out here in this job. So this is the main working directory of Jenkins server. Okay, and here are my jobs. Here all my configuration of my jobs. See, for example, yeah, this build is successful now. Okay, for example, if I go back to my project and hit configure, so all these configurations are saved in this directory. So these are very important for your interview purpose. See this configuration file. Normally people may ask you, where does configuration file of a Jenkins job saved? So you have to tell that it is Jenkins home directory. Okay, Jenkins home directory is saved normally in user profile. Otherwise you can give the specific directory where you want to save the Jenkins home directory. So in Jenkins home directory you have to go to jobs and job name. Inside that you have configuration file. See here, everything is saved here. For example, this is my Jenkins project, my Jenkins, and source code and credentials. Okay, see, this is my tag name which you have given here, right? Let me minimize this document and show you this. Okay, and these credentials are saved like this, and everything you said false or true everything will be listed here in XML format. Remember that this is in XML format. Okay, so now the configuration will be saved there itself. So whenever you take backup, right, backup of your Jenkins, you have to check your jobs directory and workspace directory. Okay, that is very important thing. So if you lose Jenkins, you can install a new installation and you can place these two directories here in this folder. Then everything will come up on your Jenkins portal. Okay, let me configure and tell you few more options. So in our last session, we have created a freestyle project and given name and source code. This is my URL of the tag of my this one Visual SVN. Let me show you just a minute. Yeah, here in my repository, I have tag this. I have mentioned tag of my source code here in Jenkins and given the my SVN credentials. Okay, so that it will connect to Visual SVN and pulls the code from the tag. Okay, and build triggers build triggers. Here, I'm not using any trigger at this point of time. For build environment, I am using packaging target. See here, here is my code. Here is my code. My target is package. So it depends on other target. So if I run the package target, everything will be executed after that, before the package. And these are the post build actions you can mention. If you have email server, you can have email notification after the build, and you can run unit testing, or you can trigger another build which you want to run. Okay, now what I'm going to tell is, here we have option called parameters. Okay, so what I'm doing is, the purpose of this is, here we are using two different files. Just a moment, let me open these two files. Okay, here what I'm doing is, I have a build.properties file and I have uh, my build.xml file where I am calling this build.properties file. Okay, so I don't want to use these properties. In order to change my properties, I have to go to this script and change this and commit it to Visual SVN server, and from there Jenkins pulls it. But each time I don't want to change modifications here itself. So what I want to do is, I want to remove this build.properties file and add parameters in Jenkins. Okay, I removed this. So whenever you build now, it will not work. Let us check. Let me build now. Actually, it will not get any parameters, so it should fail. Oh, sorry, it will not fail because I have not committed my change yet. So I'm saving this file and I'm committing this change to my SVN repository. Okay, I committed to my trunk. Remember, this is my trunk. Whenever I hit commit, it shows the URL of trunk. So here in Jenkins, I am using my tag. Okay, let me show you. Yeah, here I am using my tag. Tag would be your final product. So in that state, code is frozen. That means you cannot change any modifications in the tag. Okay, so now I committed my code to tag, and now I'm creating a new tag. Sorry, I have committed my code to my trunk, and now I'm creating my tag, another tag. Okay, path. So I'm creating 1.1 removed build.properties. Okay. So in Visual SVN, I have another tag 1.1. So this has removed builder properties in build.xml. Removed means I have just commented. It doesn't recognize it as a tag. It is comment. Whenever you give exclamatory hyphen hyphen and at the end hyphen hyphen, it will be commented. You can see this in green. So it will not be recognized by and commands. So now I have committed to my tag. Now what I'll do is I'll go to my Jenkins job and I'll change this tag name. Okay. Now I'm saving it and then I'll run my tag, my job. If you see console output, what it is doing, it is creating the folder structure with dollar name and executing everything in these folders, but these are not recommended. Okay, this is the different folder structure which we don't need, right? So if we check in the backend, if we check in the backend in workspace, these files got created, but this is not the recommended way. So what we have to do is, actually I'm manually deleting this. Normally this is the folder names, that's why it created it, but in real time you will have so many I mean so many properties, so many variables which are interdependent, so will definitely got failed. Now what we got is folder names created with different name, that key names. Okay, now what we have to do is I'll give parameters here. So there are so many parameters, but you have to choose which one you need. This boolean parameter, choice parameter. Choice parameter will give different options for you. Credential parameter, files, everything. Okay. Here for me it is string. Okay. So what I have to do is I have to give my name and string values. Name is this and value is this. Okay. If you want to give any comment, you can give. Okay, and I'm going to add two more parameters here. Java directory. I'll show you why actually I'm giving this. Okay, so I gave three parameters here and I'm saving it. So you will get this option. Earlier it was build now. So now we got build with parameters. So see, for example, if I want to change these parameters each time I build, for example, I have host name or IP address. So my IP address and host names are different from U8 environment and production environment. So I want to deploy the same build on both the environments. So I have to change IPs and host names here. So each time I don't want to change my host name in code and commit and come again. Okay. So what I want to do is I have to just get the information here itself, variables. I want to change the variables whatever I want. So here you see these are the parameters. I can change the path if I want here itself and then hit build. So if I see console output, everything is in right place. But you notice this whenever you see, I told you hyphen D and parameter is the command line argument to change your to give your parameters. But actually here Jenkins is using the same command. Okay, build got successful. That is how um, you have to use your parameters. Okay, and you can also schedule this. As I told you, you have option to schedule your builds. Um, I think I explained this schedule thing in last session, right? Okay. Yeah, in build records, you can schedule this. That means, let me tell you again. See here, minutes within hours, hours, date of the month, month date, and this. If you, for example, you are in need, like you want to build at 7:30 p.m. every Friday. You can schedule it like an alarm. So that means minutes span from 0 to 59, and hours, if it is 7:30, it is 19 hours 30 minutes, and date of the month, every date of the month. That means Friday can fall on every day. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So every month and Friday. See, if you see here, 0 to 7, where 0 and 7 are Sunday. So if you see 0 as Sunday and 5 would be the Friday. Okay, see here now. Last Friday, would last Friday have run at Friday, April 28th, 7:30. Would next Friday is May 5th. Okay, so this is how you can schedule your triggers. Okay, so let me explain again. So in general, you will give your names and your parameters. In source code, you have to give your tag name and credentials of SVN. So using this SVN, Jenkins will connect with uh, your code repository Visual SVN and pulls the code. And build triggers are like different ways, different ways you can trigger. This is the scheduler I am using now. Okay, you can use trigger build remotely from scripts and build other projects, build after other projects are built. That means you want to run two projects, you can give one project here like this and give another project. So one project is, after one project is completed, another project will be triggered. Like that you have options. And build environment. In build environment, you can have different types. Delete workspace before starts. If you select this, your entire workspace will be deleted, and then all the files will be created. Okay, and if you go to this in build section, you have to mention your target. If you have multiple targets, you can give with comma separated. Oh, sorry, separated by spaces. Okay, it would work. And post build actions is nothing but if you want to trigger email or if you have Jenkins Jira plugins, okay, you can simply give it once it is completed. I mean, once the build is executed, a report will be a console output will be published in Jira. Okay, so let us check one more option. Guys, please ask me if you have any doubts or if you are not able to follow me. Okay. So what you have to do is now we will check few more options here itself on manage Jenkins. This is a very important section, and here configure global security. So there are so many options you can do here, which is enable security TCP port for JNLP agents. Okay, if you are if you want to running any TCP ports on JNLP, you can uh, manage that here. And for access control, which is very important, okay, for security, here you have many options, but one option is selected, Jenkins own user database. So whatever user I am creating now, whatever user accounts I am creating now, all the user accounts will be saved in Jenkins own user database. Okay, that means whatever users are created are Jenkins users. What does that mean? Actually, if you have LDAP server in your organization, for example, okay, LDAP server is nothing but a Linux directory service. Okay, lightweight. Um Sorry, forgot. Lightweight directory access protocol. Okay, so for example, this is the case. In my organization, we have 2000 users, 2000 developers, and we already using LDAP server for user credentials. So all my usernames and passwords and their details will be saved in my LDAP server. So now I newly launched a Jenkins portal, but I don't want all the 2000 users sign up in Jenkins again. Okay, I want to use their same credentials here itself. So I have to integrate all the LDAP server details here so that uh, people can log in with their LDAP user accounts itself. Okay, I'll give you a different example like Google. Okay, you have Google accounts, Gmail accounts for Google, and Gmail purchased YouTube. Gmail doesn't ask everyone to sign up again in YouTube, right? So it allows the same credentials to log into YouTube. Like the same way, if you launch Jenkins now, you don't want all the 2000 developers to sign up again on the Jenkins portal, or you don't want to create user accounts for them. You integrate your LDAP or Active Directory so that they can log in with their existing credentials. You got my point? And here you can delegate servlet containers. For example, if you have Subversion in our example, and you already have user accounts here itself, user accounts here, and if you want to use these accounts for Jenkins, you can simply delegate that. You got my point? Okay, here you have two options. Let me check you. Let me log out and show you first. See here, I have login option. Here I have login option, and here I don't have any sign up option here. Okay, now if I enable this, for example, admin manage Jenkins, configure global security. Okay, so here if I enable allow users to sign up, We'll see what happens. Let me save this. Log out. See here what you get. Here you get sign up option. Okay. And here you got to create an account option. If you click on this, you will get sign up page. So people can sign up. Okay. But this is not ideal way in most cases because you don't want others to sign up automatically. So now I'm removing that option. Manage Jenkins. Yeah, configure global security. I want you to try all the options, okay, so that you can understand. See, authorize, anyone can do anything. These are the permissions you can give. Anyone can do anything like C mode, matrix based security. See, if you check this, this is the matrix based security. Who can do what? For example, it is anonymous, right? Anonymous can read, delete, manage, see overall credentials, agent, jobs, etc. See, if you have one user, for example, admin, you can add. Sorry. Oh my God. So I lost my credentials. Oh, I did a mistake. Okay, actually what I did is I added my own account, and that account by default do not have any permissions in that matrix. Okay, that is why it was removed. Let me log in as a different user, user 1, and I'll check if user 1 is there. User 1 is not there. Okay, let us debug this. Actually that was my mistake. You got my point what I did, right? I have I have given permissions to my admin account. So by default when I add that, I will get no permissions. So now, okay, now what I'll do is I will take backup. Let us check how to debug this. Okay. Now I'll take backup and delete everything. Okay. My backup is job and my workspace and my plugins. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll save these three files. For example, here. See, whenever you get any error, try to debug that. Okay, then only you can learn. So up to now, do you have any doubts? Please ask me in the meantime. Have you guys installed Jenkins and created these things? I mean, creating jobs, giving the data and all. Unless you practice, you cannot understand what actually going on. Okay, so please install and follow.
Hi, Saurabh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so my doubt is I wanted to merge the two regions
You wanted
in
to?
SVN.
Yeah.
I wanted to merge. I wanted to merge two revision
To
in
what?
SVN. Two revisions.
Regions. Okay.
Revisions one, revisions
Okay.
two.
Okay. Okay.
So how I will merge those two
You
revisions like
cannot.
SVN merge
You
hyphen R
yeah.
and the revision one colon revision two like that.
No. 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 Actually, you cannot merge two revisions. You can merge either your trunk or branch or two branches. If you want to
Okay.
revert to previous revision, you can do that.
Okay, then which command means how I will merge those two revisions?
No, no, no. That is what I'm saying. You cannot merge two revisions. You can merge two branches or branch or trunk. Okay. You have to first,
Okay.
in order to merge that, you have to go to uh, the particular trunk. For example, if you want to merge a branch to trunk, you have to be in trunk, and then you have to use merge command svn merge and the branch name. Okay, then you will be able to merge that. Is that clear?
Yes, what I don't know exactly. So I just tested one. I'm in chat. So
Yeah.
what I done exactly? I wrote I wrote a code in a batch file. In a batch file, I wrote a code SVN merge hyphen R.
Okay.
Like this is the revision one and revision two, and after that the path
Okay.
and that SVN path I was giving.
Yeah. So see
And
what you are
yes,
doing here. Let me tell you. You are not merging any revisions. Okay. So what you
okay,
are doing is you are merging the changes from revision one to two,
revision.
the branch
Uh,
to trunk. Okay. You are taking
okay,
these two changes, one and two. If you give
okay.
1:4, it merges four changes from there.
One. Oh, it will take like that.
Yeah, it is not one. You are not merging revision
Revision
one and two. See, for example, if you use merge hyphen r, this is the range. R is range. Okay,
okay.
R is range. If you give 1:5, it takes revision 1 to 5. So all these changes will be merged to your current branch from the remote branch.
But the thing is that in SVN, is there no in the side revision 1 and revision 2, revision 4 like that it will be there, right?
Yes. There also you can mention the range with hyphen. That is up to
Okay,
you.
okay. And for the merge, only I have to use SVN merge hyphen C,
Mm-hmm.
SVN merge hyphen C, right?
For what? What are you trying?
For merge.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
Thanks, sir.
okay, fine. So see, I I took a backup of these three files, and now what I'll do is uh, I'll delete this Jenkins directory. Okay, and I'll run again. So what I'll do is so I deleted my Jenkins directory, and I'll run again. So now the directory gets created again. See here, all the files are being deployed. So now my portal is ready again as a new version. So here I have to give everything from the scratch, or what I have to do is yeah, first let me log into this. How to give this key. So let me do one thing now. What I'll do is I'll take all these and drop in here. Here my plugins folder is very huge, so it is taking time. Okay, now we have plugins. So here we don't we don't need to install any plugin. For example, if I hit here, it should already check instead of plugins directory. We have all these plugins. Okay. If you want to manually install it, you can simply drop those plugins after downloading to here. Okay, it will be in JPI format. Remember the locations of the configuration files whenever you are installing any application. So actually people ask you where it is located and how you back up, how you install plugins, etc. Otherwise, um, they cannot understand how proficient you are. Okay, so let it run. We'll see. See, it is installing Gradle as well. Gradle is another build tool like Ant. You see here, this one. This is also a build tool. So from tomorrow onwards, we are going to more operation section. Okay, that means we will go for Docker now from tomorrow. After Docker, we will go to AWS. Okay, so please don't miss those sessions. Docker is very important and more demanded application now. Okay, so everyone is asking for Docker. So everything is more in command line. So if you miss one session, you will not be able to follow another session. So please don't skip. So whatever we are doing now is Jenkins installation part. Okay, what we have is jobs and workspaces, which I took backup from the previous installation. So my job is here, everything in my workspace is here, and my job configuration is here. So after logging into my account, I'll get my previous job. So in any operation, backups is a very important task for you. Whatever you install, you create, you configure in AWS, Docker, anywhere, make sure that you have proper backup scripts or backup strategy. Okay. Otherwise, we will face many issues. If something fails, we don't know what to do. Instead of spending more time in debugging, we can simply replace from the backup. Okay. Done. So I'm creating my admin account. Yeah. Start using the admins. Oh, my job is not appearing here. Let me check once. So I suspect that. Let me restart Jenkins again. Now my Jenkins got stopped. Nothing is here. So if I restart, let us check if it picks or not. Okay, Jenkins is running now. Let me log in. Yeah, I got my job. Okay, I took this job from my backup, so I can simply run this job without any issues. I have my build parameters also. I didn't mention anything here, but it took all the configuration from my configuration file, which I have at this location, jobs, this file. Okay, this is configuration config.xml file. So that is how you have to debug that. Okay, fine. Now where were we? Sorry, Jenkins, manage Jenkins. Yeah, global configuration. Actually, what you will do is here whenever you use matrix, normally you have to add your user, not admin user, additional users to this and give the particular permission. By default, whenever you give this, right, there will be no permissions selected here like this. Okay, so if you give that, it will take the permission from here. Okay, so you have other option, plugin manager, etc. And see, for example, if you are using Active Directory instead of LDAP, you have to install the Active Directory plugin, and you have to select the Active Directory users here. You have to give Active Directory information here, and it will pick that. Okay, let us check how to, install plugins. Okay, manage Jenkins, manage plugins. You have so many plugins available here. Yeah, these are so many plugins available here. If you want to run any PowerShell scripts, right, you can simply install PowerShell. See, for example, like in this job, in this job, you have so many build tools, right? Just a minute. Here, you don't have any PowerShell. If you want to run any PowerShell script along with this, you can also run PowerShell. Let us install this plugin, PowerShell plugin. Okay, then download now, install after restart. So now this plugin is being installed. Downloaded successfully, will be active after the reboot. Okay, so we have to reboot Jenkins in order to make it effect. So if you check here, here itself, let me refresh this, reload. You didn't get that because it needs a restart. View the page. Let me restart this. Yeah. Please wait, Jenkins is getting ready. If you see this message, that means it is being restarted. Oh, now I'll check the configuration of my project. Now I got this PowerShell plugin add-on. Okay, this is how we install plugins, but this is not the only place where we get plugins. This is script plugin, that is why I'm getting it build place. Let me install one more plugin and we'll see where we get it. Okay, manage Jenkins, manage plugins available. For example, I want to integrate Active Directory. Okay, if you want to read anything about Active Directory plugin, you can read. See here, it gives everything here about the plugin, where it shows, how to manage everything. Okay, for all the purposes you have plugins in Jenkins. Okay, see now, now it is downloaded. Let me restart my Jenkins. Notice here I am running Jenkins whereas with Java. Okay, Jenkins are directly on the command prompt. Normally in real-time scenario, what you have is, if you are running in Windows, you can install it from exe file, or if you are running in Linux, you can have DEB, or you can simply install the var. I mean deploy the var in Apache Tomcat. Okay, Tomcat is a container where you can run vars and jars. Okay, now it doesn't show up anywhere here, the Active Directory plugin, but as per the purpose of that particular plugin, you have to find the place, or you can see that, check the documentation here itself. Okay, now let us see. You have it here. Earlier this option was not there. Okay, so this is how you have to install plugins. There are so many plugins available. See, for example, if you are using um, AWS, you have so many plugins for AWS services. If you want to connect or deploy anything into that particular AWS, you can simply, oh, you can simply use those AWS services. No valid combos included. I don't know why it is failing. Mm, yeah, I think I'm giving some irregular. See, EC2 Cloud Access. This is for EC2 instance in AWS. If you want to run any Groovy, you can use it. Okay, so there are many plugins for your purpose. You can see this AWS Container Service, EC2 Container Service, which runs, I mean, Docker containers in AWS. So you can install plugins as per your requirement. If you don't understand anything, you simply hit on that, and it gives entire um, description of that particular application, what version, how you use everything. Okay, so please do practice, and let me know if you have any questions about Jenkins. Okay, do you have any questions? Please ask me now, or please do practice and let me know later.